so ago to the first leadership retreat. Then this year. What did you learn a year ago, and what did you get differently out of this year's retreat?
Yeah, you can tell the room was very different. A lot of seniors left. I don't know, I think it was like 30, whatever it was. But a lot of those guys, of course, were vets and understood what it takes to be a winning football team and the things to do. This year, a lot of new faces. I was able to be there last year, blessed to be there and learn. But overall, I mean, Coach Landon knows the recipe of how to become a great leader and how to be, a great person vocally and just, there's somebody to watch every day to understand that's a true leader. And I feel like this year, it was good just to hear everybody's voice and hear the things we can work on as a team. But overall, what I took from it is understanding my strengths and my weaknesses and really understanding that, of course, when you're winning, the team's going to look at you, and when you're losing, the team's always going to look at you. So just me finding better ways, just understanding how I can help lead the team and just, find things to help myself improve.
Over the next month, how do you balance battling in your position, not taking anything for granted there, but also cementing yourself as a leader?
Yeah, during this fall camp, it's going to be, a great time to connect with the team and be out there in the field. Of course, the quarterback room is always going to be competing. Just how we are as a quarterback group. We're always going to be teaching each other, helping each other out, and making sure that we all improve, every day. But I guess I'm excited. Of course, I have many things for myself to work on and make sure I get better at. And I guess I'm excited to see what happens within this next upcoming month and get ready for the season.
Lots of uncertainty this season, just with who's going to be starting, who's going to be getting the reps on the field. What are the advantages to that? I know Dan Lanning said at Big Ten Media Days that he doesn't mind being the silent assassin. Do you kind of share that mentality, or what are the advantages to you with the uncertainty?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the best player plays, and of course, we have a great room, and I'm excited to keep competing, and then understanding that the things I have to work on to get 1% better. But overall, we're not really worrying about ourselves right now. We're kind of worrying about how to get the team better to make sure that this is another great season. But overall, like I said, the best player wins and the best player plays in the game. So overall, just ready to just compete, have fun, and that's the most important thing, is having fun.
And then what are going to be the keys to just getting the team better as an entire unit over fall camp?
Yeah, over fall camp, I feel like the biggest thing for us is just to understand that, it's going to be hot. It's going to be long days, but that's the most important time to lean on the brother and understand how to connect with somebody. And I feel like during these times when we're sleeping at the facility, when we're just vibing with each other on our breaks during the day, I feel like that's the best time to understand and get to know somebody. And when times get hard, you feel like you can trust that person, because come game time, it's going to be cold probably when we travel somewhere, or it's going to be hot somewhere. It's always going to be that time where you look at your brother and say, I can trust in you. So I feel like it's the biggest point for us.
You talked about building the chemistry with the team over this fall camp, not just in the quarterback room, but every position. What's that process like, and sort of what does it take to build that chemistry?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it can be in football. A lot of it can be out there in practice. But at the end of the day, I feel like as a team, we always hang out with each other at each other's houses. Like me, I took the whole line out to go bowling. A lot of the offensive skills, you guys probably seen the video of us flipping into the water. Like a lot of us, having great times of that nature. So I feel like just the best thing is just to connect outside the facility. But now it's fall camp now, so we're going to be in the facility now. So, but most important is just talking with each other. I'm watching film together. Long practices, just being out there in Austin is going to be really hot. So I feel like that's the best point to connect and understand that somebody trusts in you.
Was it tough to pass on the batting academy this summer in order to spend more time around?
Yeah, I had a great time last year. I feel like, I said, they invited me again this year. Had some things that came up, but overall, I feel like being here and, of course, being with the boys is a great thing.
From where he was as a true freshman to where he is now, what have you seen from Picorian and kind of how he's grown over the past several months?
Yeah, he's grown being more vocal, especially to me with certain looks and certain things he gets. Like I remember when he first got here, I was doing most of the talking, of course, because like I say, he's young and he's learning things now. But we were in Texas together, and we were just out there just throwing at the high school and just getting closer and closer. And on the flight, we got an install of like our upcoming plays, and we're flying from Salt Lake to here, and we're sitting next to each other on the plane. So I'm like, all right, it's just time to quiz him. Let's see what she knows. And I'm on Snapchat drawing on a little box of like the plays and trying to make sure we're both on the same page of things. But overall, just him understanding the plays now. Spring ball, you're out there playing football. You're just going through these plays, you know what's going on, but he has a full grasp of it now. So he's kind of asking me questions, making sure that I know my things now. But he's a great learner and he's very competitive.
With the Stewart injury, have you noticed any sort of wide receiver stepping up or taking advantage of this opportunity? Not advantage, but just stepping in?
Yeah, hurts my soul just understanding how Easter went down and him not being here. But, I mean, like I said, we have a great receiver room still. We have a lot of great playmakers, a lot of guys with, not much experience. I feel like that's how the whole team is, though. Everybody's hungry. Everybody's ready to compete, and everybody's ready to make sure they get better every day. But, I mean, it's University of Oregon. We have playmakers here, so might as well get used to getting them players out there and playing. And Easter, of course, is a huge piece of this offense, but I feel like we have other playmakers as well to make sure we get there.
Are you and Decorian going back just to visit Duncanville, or are you going somewhere else in Texas? Where you at?
No, we train. We train out in like the Frisco, Salina area. That's where we usually train at. But I go down there before spring ball, before fall camp. Always train just to sharpen things up. But he's from there, so make sure he stay with me at the house and kick it out there.
Michael Johnson.
No, I'll be working with Damian Williams, who's a quarterback trainer.
Dan said at media days that after playing with Kenyon in the video game that he wanted to tell you and the quarterbacks to maybe get him the ball more. Did you ever follow up on that?
Yeah, I haven't seen him say that, but I'm pretty sure he did. I've always knew that. Give 18 the ball, regardless. I mean, ever since I came here, just seeing him, how much of a freak athlete he is, he's just amazing at what he does. But, I mean, that just makes sense. He's the best tight end in the country. Like, you might as well give him the ball. He knows what he can do with it. But overall, he's just really competitive. He's a really great guy. Always keeps a smile on his face. We have the same music taste, too, so that's what I like about him. Yeah.
The expectations for this offense are pretty high, but there's also a lot of unknowns about how this is all going to shake out and what it's going to look like against Montana State. Just what is it like for you going into camp knowing that there are such high expectations, but also a few question marks around what this all shakes out and looks to be?
Yeah, like Coach Landon always says, pressure is a privilege. I feel like with this whole offense, we're talented. We're ready to compete. A lot of us have chips on our shoulders. I know damn well I'm hungry, for sure. So with me, being out there at practice, I know I'm going to push the guys. I'm excited, It's going to be a long fall camp, but when it comes to the season, we're going to be ready for sure.
Going back to Damian Williams, how long have you been working with him for, and does his approach kind of mesh with Coach Steins, or what does that look like working with both of them?
Yeah, so more with Dame is more just technique things, like quarterback. When I'm down there, it's usually like me and Dak Prescott and the Cowboys receivers and me out there just training with them and other college quarterbacks as well. But Damian's just been, of course, a great person to me that, when I go to Dallas, I have a place to train. He makes sure that, focus on the little things. A lot of times we do a lot of weight room stuff here, like full body, but as a quarterback, a lot of hip, a lot of torso, a lot of, rotational things. So he's been just helping make sure I stay, disciplined and make sure I keep my routine going. So he's been helping me just, critique my body, and it's been amazing. And I feel like I'm great right now.
Dante, a lot of people talk about how quarterback's the most important position on the field. Just for you personally, what do you enjoy about playing the position? What makes you fired up about that?
It's a great question. Being a quarterback and being out there in the field, I feel like the biggest joy is, I don't know. Actually, dang, that's a great question. I don't know. I feel like it's better when I see, like, if I throw the ball or hand the ball to people and they score and they get in the end zone. I like to see the reactions. I like to see how excited they are. So it makes me excited. So I think that's the biggest joy. Or also, like, when you score a touchdown, like if I run and then the lineman pick you up, like, I don't know. It's a lot of joy to it. But I'm just blessed to be a quarterback for sure.
Obviously, the spring game, how did that tie in? Is that something you're trying to make more a bigger part of the game this year? That we saw that from Dylan and Alex?
Yeah, I had a great off summer. I really got my body right. I actually hit my goal I wanted to hit this summer. So Coach Love and Coach Bolt, they've been making sure that I got my speed up and I hit my goal. So I'm really excited and I'm really, see what I can do with my feet. I'm happy about that.
What was your goal?
Yeah, my goal was to hit 21 miles per hour. I hit 21.5. So I was super excited about that. It made me happy. Almost cried, but it was good.
There's a lot of preparation that goes into being a quarterback and all the big-time teams you guys are playing. What do you enjoy about that preparation process?
Yeah, actually last year, Dylan showed me a lot about preparing for a game. And just the way, of course, he used to stress out a lot, just the way he used to be on his iPad and watching film. And I know when I was there watching with him, I understand how it feels. Kind of brought me back to my UCLA days, my freshman year. being out there on the field. It takes a lot. But I feel like I enjoy it when you prepare so much and you watch this defense, and then when you go into the game, it's like, hey, this safety is rotated here, so I know what coverage is going to be. So I feel like the best thing is to understand what you're knowing going into the game. And I feel like preparation, you can enjoy it. Of course, it gets stressful because there's so many different looks, and of course, the Big Ten is a lot of great competitive teams. But I feel like even Dylan, like Penn State game, throws a dig route to T. Ferg to seal the game, to get the first down, and the joy he had. I'm like, how'd you know? And he was like, it was covered too. And I'm like, damn, like preparation, the smile on his face, and make sure we keep moving the chains is amazing. So I know I'm gonna prepare my ass off this year, and I'm excited.